Okay, let's do another mukbang because it was moderately well received. So here I go again, just eating in my dirty Soviet kitchen. I'm just kidding. It is dirty, but not because it is Soviet. It is because I'm neurodivergent, and that is just something that comes with the territory. If you work full time as a neurodivergent person, you don't have assistants, something's gonna get dirty, okay? So I'm drinking some sparkling juice, which I really appreciate. Doesn't really have any additional sugar in it, and it's very sour. I really do enjoy some sour tastes. And I'm eating today a salad that my husband made at his job. He works now at a fancy place, so they make fancy salads. So let me try and see if I like it. Okay, so I'm still not a huge fan of beets. So my husband told me that this salad is for people who don't like beets, to enjoy beets. I mean, I like bush, okay, but I don't like beets. It's fine. So I made another unhinged rant, but I decided not to post it because I think there are a lot of things that people can misconstrue, take out of context, and I'm like, I don't want that. I'm not about that life. There is arugula, I think, which I love. I love arugula. Oh, and I think there is some horse meat in it. Yeah, a lot of people, when they come here to Kazakhstan, they're like, oh, you guys eat horses. That's gross because they're friends. And, oh, I mean, they probably don't say it's gross because horses are gross. They say it's gross that we humans consume horses, but horse meat is amazing. Highly recommend. Yeah, I love horse meat. We don't get to eat it very often because it's very expensive. But yeah, I was talking about this unhinged rant that I made and that I decided not to make. So instead, you're going to get some of this info here. So I was talking about how, according to liberal statistics, only up to 13%, a little bit less than 13% of the people who were repressed, I think during the period in the Soviet history when most people were repressed, so under Stalin, obviously, it was only 12 something % of the people who didn't actually commit crimes. So talk about terrible, horrible, no good totalitarian state. You know, this type of course it is still a high percentage, but it's not like most people were repressed unjustly. Most people were very justly repressed because they committed crimes against the people of the Soviet Union. For example, they would steal grain and make moonshine out of it. It was a very, very common thing for kulaks to brew moonshine illegally out of stolen wheat, which should have been made into bread and should have fed children. But those kulaks, instead, they would brew moonshine, and they were often the people who would get repressed and executed, which is like, can you really say it's a bad thing that people who stole from literal children were punished? Like, not every one of them was executed. I actually think I've heard one Russian historian say that it was the actual like Soviet people's outcry towards Tоварищ Stalin when they said, if you keep on sending these people who steal from the state and steal from the people, if you keep sending them to gulags and everything, they come back, they do the same thing. Like, they serve their sentence, but because they're criminals at heart, this is what the people, I think, said, they come back and they commit crimes. So you should start executing them, Tоварищ Stalin. That's what the people said. That wasn't like Stalin sitting there like, I'm gonna murder everyone who I don't like. No. It was a very tough time, you know? It was a tough time to be alive, and the Soviets did whatever they could, you know, and the people in the party did whatever they could to save as many people as they could. And of course, sometimes there were mistakes. And I know that someone's going to come into the comments and say I'm a Soviet propagandist and apologist. Fine. You haven't yet seen Maya Ivanovna. You wait and see. She is going to teach you everything. Yeah, I'm really thinking about this character, and I've really been on the fence, but I think I'm going to do it. I'm just going to bite the bullet and do it. I know I'm a comedian at heart. I know I'm very funny indeed. So yeah, talking about Soviet history is always going to come with a lot of consequences. But I'm at this point of my life where I'm like, bring it on. I've been trying to run away from the uncomfortable stuff in life for long enough. Fine. I'm just going to accept my fate. By the way, someone commented, and thank you, I'm sorry, I don't remember your name, that they wished my videos were longer. And I'm laughing because I just can't make longer videos because my my SD card on my phone keeps getting full. And I have to like continuously like copy things onto my husband's computer because my computer, I have a laptop and it's old and it's disgusting because it's Mac. I hate it with a passion, but I can't get another one because they're expensive. So yeah, I just copy everything onto my husband's computer. So I kind of manually just clean up all the old videos and I like keep some of them. And like there's a whole archive of thousands of video clips, which I will probably never be able to organize because there are too many. So yeah, that's the reason why I don't make longer videos, is because I just don't really have a lot of memory. I'm actually thinking of, I have 128 gigabytes on my phone and I have an SD card which is 256 gigabytes and I barely have any left. Like with all the videos I'm making, with all the TikToks and everything, with all the editing I'm doing, it's just not cutting it, okay? So yeah, maybe I'll get a new card or maybe I'll get a new phone and then I'll make longer videos more often. But for now, you'll just get those 5-minute little videos where I rant about Soviet Union and eat horses on camera. So yeah, I hope you have a good day and I'll talk to you later.